Guys, what's going on? It's the Eradicator, and today we are going to go to Spectrum, where we will have a look at the post from Jake Dorsey, known as Stormknife CIG on Spectrum. Jake Dorsey is in charge of the cargo refactor. We saw him in the last episode of Inside Star Citizen, and he gave some clarification in the post on Spectrum about the commodity kiosks. And here Jack says that basically what we saw in Inside Star Citizen was what will be in 3.18, but there's still a lot of work that they are going to be doing. What we'll see in 3.18 will be just the first iteration. Some people, for example, were wondering, why is the ship taking so much space in the concept images that we saw in Inside Star Citizen? And Jake Dorsey here is giving us some extra information. So let's have a look at these amazing pieces of concept of art. They represent, by the way, this is not going to be in 3.18. They represent the extra work that they want to be doing after 3.18, simply because there are going to be graphs that are not natively implemented into building blocks that they have to be working on. There's going to be modularity that is not in the game yet, but eventually that's something that will be happening. So that's why. So here we are having a look at, very interesting, I'm loving this here, the caterpillar, and you are going to see that it will be possible to put various types of cargo in different cargo bays of the caterpillar, and that's what they want to be doing eventually in the future. You can see these different types of colors here of these crates of cargo represent different types of type of cargo. And we were also told that eventually in the future, the mass of the cargo is also going to be very important, and it will be important to appropriately balance the mass of the cargo. So for example, let's say you have some medical supplies on one side of the ship, and some metals like, for example, not titanium. Titanium is light. Like, for example, quartz. Let's say you were crazy. You want to trade quartz, right? Why not, right? Well, quartz is definitely going to be more heavier than the medical supplies. So you cannot just put all of your quartz in front of the ship and the medical supplies in the back, simply because the repartition of masses would not be balanced, and the ship will be much heavier in the front than in the back. So it's also something that you will have to be wary of when you fill your ship. Now, next is also something very interesting here. We have different types of cargo bays. And you can see here, you can either choose to put all of your cargo on one side, and you have another part here, but it's not always going to be that easy. You can also just put your cargo on one side and not on the other side, because why not? Or maybe because you have other things planned. Let's say, for example, you want to put a bike or some kind of ground vehicle. You'll also be able to do that. But then that's going to be a problem, because it's not going to be very balanced in terms of mass. So it's also something you have to consider when you fill your ship with cargo. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is this one right here. This is very interesting. Now, here you are looking at, again, this is concept. That's what they want to be doing in the future. But you are looking at the cargo transfer timer. Again, these times here is just an example. It's probably a placeholder. That's not how it's going to be. It will probably be balanced, but it's giving us an idea of how it's going to be. So you will see how long it takes for the cargo to be put into your ship. How is your cargo being moved out and in? So here, for example, we can see that they're still unloading 3 SUs out of 5, but they're also going to load after that 7. And also the amount of workers who will be doing that for you. Will you be doing that yourself, or will you pay NPCs to be doing that? Now, are those NPCs going to actually do the work, and we will see them do the work physically, or will this be for example, will the ship be stored, and will this be happening in the background when the ship will be stored? Now, this is something that we still don't know. I would love to be able to see that with my very own eyes, but probably there's probably going to be some game magic, and they're probably going to be doing that in the background. But in the meantime, it's still going to be simulated in the interface, and you are going to be able to see the kind of workers that you are going to be hiring, for how much, you are going to be hiring them. So you see here, it's just an example, but each of the workers that you could hire for this kind of job here, we're talking about a cutlass that will cost you 3,000 alpha UEC for each worker. You better be sure that your cargo is going to be worth much more than that, and that your profit is going to be worth much more than that, because right now I don't know a lot of cargo that is going to be giving a profit of over 6,000 alpha UEC in a Cutlass Black. So that's also something that I hope is going to be a little bit balanced as well, or otherwise maybe they want to encourage players to be unloading and loading the cargo on their own. Now, notice we also have a couple of future cargo commodities that we don't have we don't have yet. Look at that, terraforming spores. Never seen that before. Beryllium, is this the future name of Beryl, or is it a new one? Well, I would like to know as well. Platinum as well is also something that we can't really buy and sell right now, but looks like it's eventually going to come in the future. Very interesting. And here we have eventually more indication of what they want to be doing, the different interfaces. Now, these are the graphs right now that are not native to building blocks, unfortunately. So that is why it's taking more time. They are giving us here also the kind of a balance sheet that they want they want us to have. So very cool indeed. What your income is right now versus your expenses based on the current cargo that you are carrying and that your current trade activity. Absolutely loving this here. I like that there's also going to be the picture of the worker that you hire. So maybe there's a chance that we'll get to see the workers physically. And who knows? Maybe the picture will be very interesting, because this could lead to other scenarios. I'm totally speculating here, but I'm totally imagining like that. Let's say, for example, you know the picture of your workers, but then there's another worker that doesn't have the same picture. What is this guy doing here? Maybe it's a player. Maybe it's an NPC that's actually a pirate that will infiltrate your ship. The possibilities are endless, and I think that would be very cool. To have some kind of security say, "Hey, what are you doing here? You're not our worker." I think that this would be. This would be fantastic gameplay, but I don't think that's ever going to be the case. But if any people at CIG is watching this video, maybe that's an interesting idea, right? Anyway, that's pretty much it here for these. Look at that, more commodities here. Space weed, interesting. Probably another type of drug, I suppose. Macroponic system, exotic seeding. So looks like the cargo refactor is definitely going to be bringing a ton of new commodity, just like what we were expecting here from the last episode of Star Citizen. So there we have it. These pictures are very cool. Unfortunately, not coming in 3.18. So take everything that you are seeing here with a grain of salt. But I thought that it was a very nice touch here from Jake Dorsey to bring us those concept images that they are working on, just to remind us and show us that what we're going to see in 3.18 is just the beginning, and there's a ton more that's going to be coming up in the future. Now, there was another interesting comment here in this post. Apparently, we're also going to have to be careful not to put radioactive. Some of the boxes will be a little bit radioactive. Some, for example, I think it's like laranite or agricium, which is slightly radioactive. So they will encourage us also to make sure that we don't put those right next to more sensible cargo like plants or food. Otherwise, they will be radioactive too. So I like that idea as well of having to take care of the placement of your cargo. Otherwise, you are going to be losing the integrity of some of your other cargo boxes. And that's really cool. Very nice touch. And this whole management aspect here is going to be something that is going to make the cargo refactor and cargo holding overall much more immersive. Anyway, guys, that's all for this video. But what are your expectations for the cargo refactor? How far would you like it to go? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, this is to get a chance to win, a couple of things that you can win here. We have a giveaway this month. We have a Hull A. All you have to do is to answer the question and subscribe to the channel. The Hull A is being given by Dr. Frobin. Also, if you want to support the channel, the extra mile on Patreon or the YouTube Joe membership program, you'll have access to my Discord channel and exclusive videos as well. I just released another one 2 days ago. And on Discord, we have another giveaway giveaway. It's a Cutlass and Mule LTL pack. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. It's the Eradicator. I will see you guys later.